So, Aaron, I've experienced very similar to you as well. So you go through the daydreaming, and it can be valuable sometimes. Like, you see yourself as the main character, the place you want to be, and often what you see in your mind can help you to get there. This is what the greatest athletes of all time say is like, they were holding up the cup or the belt before they got there. But the truth is, maybe it's not actually that valuable because this is also what broke people do. This is also like, the athlete who doesn't get the belt title, he was visualizing the same thing anyway. So it's like it's not a shortcut for still, hard work and everything. Do you reckon your years or decades of consuming content, movies, songs has probably led to this? Let me teach you a tactic that works for me, really worked well for me, and everyone else who's listening to this can use this. And this is complete mind control. So one of the conversations or topics that I'm actually most interested in, which I don't actually talk about that much, is intrusive thoughts. Why we get certain thoughts when we don't actually want them. And I suffered a lot from this. Like, I had somewhat this daydreaming disease. Imagine what you have. I don't like, maybe it's somewhat similar to mine, but imagine the daydreaming disease. You often daydream about stuff, but imagine the things that you do daydream about is viciously hurting people, like not just like, in a general concept, but like brutally specifically. You see yourself gouge out the eyes of other men. You see yourself like crush their skulls against the curb of streets and stuff. This is what I was thinking in my mind, literally 100 times a day, 200 times. I was like traumatized as a child, so obviously it must have like done something there, right? So I was suffered extremely badly from this, to the point that like I didn't want to go to the gym anymore. I didn't want to go outside. I often just stayed indoors for like 2-3 years straight. And I think a lot of guys are like nodding their heads because they can somewhat feel similar. So this is what's called intrusive thoughts. So number one is research this more. If you feel like you can relate to what I'm saying, it might not be the exact aggressive thoughts that I get or something, but just in general, the term to look into is called intrusive thoughts. Make that a little bit of like your learning time next time you've got some free time. Meditation helps. Anti-anxiety things like martial arts and stuff, that stuff helped. But the fastest improvement I ever got to the kind of thoughts that were automatically generating in my brain is a practice called labeling. And this is what I think it was, I forgot who I brought on who talked about the stoicism thing that you just mentioned. It's what he indirectly actually just spoke about, which is that you simply label the thought that is going on in your brain. So for you, it can be this daydreaming thing of you're in the store and then you end up playing the movie for a few seconds of like, oh yeah, if someone came in, I'd knock them out and I'd be the hero, right? If we're annoyed at this thought, if we're anything emotional or judgmental to this thought, it will be a lot worse for our mental health. The best thing that we can do, no matter what kind of thought we get, is to simply just label it and to almost like say the words of what category it is in your mind. So, all of us right now, we can control our thoughts, right? We can make our brain say a word right now, right? We all have this ability. It's just that often we're not really controlling our thoughts. We're just going about the day normally. And so our thoughts often feel quite automatic and we indulge, right? So the next time that you become consciously aware that you're daydreaming, that you're playing that mental movie, the fastest way to stop it is literally just to say the words in your brain, I'm daydreaming. I'm having an intrusive thought right now. You literally just state what is happening, and it's like a shock to the consciousness where straight after that, it's like you get 20 seconds of pure presence. And that's all it'll be. It'll be a few seconds of pure presence, but that's a big fucking improvement for us. That's actually life-changing. So this is exactly like the step-by-step process that's going to happen, Aaron, right? Right now, it seems awesome. You're smiling. Okay, this is awesome. I can't wait to try this. Within literally 60 seconds from now, you're going to start daydreaming again. Most of us are, right? Literally, we could be talking about this right now, and as I'm saying these words to you, I'm thinking about some like League of Legends that I used to play like fucking 4 years ago or something, right? As soon as, like, step one is that, okay, we'll daydream. You don't become aware that you're daydreaming instantly. There's a bit of like a process where you're kind of enjoying the movie without realizing you're playing the movie in your mind. But then the next step is, oh yeah, like you realize you're daydreaming. Simply all you have to do is like just state and label the fact that it's happening. So label it, okay, I'm daydreaming, I'm thinking about this, oh, I'm having one of those thoughts again. And then all we need to do is just bring it back to the present moment. So the step-by-step process is we're daydreaming, We realize we're daydreaming, we label that we're daydreaming, and then we simply return back to the present moment with like a few seconds of like meditation. For example, we feel our breath, we hear the sounds around us and everything, and it's this one here which is kind of like one push up, one bicep curl, one squat for the brain. We actually, this is so weird, and this is what changed my life forever. We actually want to go through this process. This is literally the process of training your brain. You need to do reps of this. Your brain needs to go through those moments of disassociating. And as long as you don't get annoyed at the fact it's happening, and you simply almost get excited for it, because now you're realizing, wait, this is the opportunity to train. So as soon as you realize it next time, don't be upset. Don't get annoyed at yourself. Literally just simply think, label it first. Okay, I'm daydreaming, I'm having this thought, I'm feeling anxious, whatever it is. And then come back to the present moments.